In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create After Effects style animations and transitions like these, and titles like these using only PowerPoint.
PowerPoint?
PowerPoint. Welcome back to another Tuesday Tech Tip. I'm Mark Dixon, and if this is your first time here, do yourself a favour and hit the subscribe button below. I'm getting a lot of people asking me how I'm creating my videos, in particular the transitions and animations. Well, these days I use editing software like Adobe After Effects and Premiere, but when I started I was only using PowerPoint and screen capture software. It's amazing what you can achieve with what's already installed on your computer. Now, this video is over 20 minutes long. It's the longest video I've ever created for a Tuesday Tech Tip, but I'm going to walk you through the whole process of creating those transitions. Now, I do need to give a shout out to Abhinav Rawal, who's been a massive inspiration for this video. So if you're looking for more awesome PowerPoint tutorials like these, then you definitely need to check him out. There's a link to his channel in the description below. So grab yourself a cuppa, get yourself comfortable, and if you're ready, let's jump in. Okay, so to start with, we need to create this transition effect here with the pink boxes. So to do that, we go to Insert, Shape, choose the rectangle shape, and draw a rectangle across the center of the screen. We make sure that the shape has no outline, and we'll give it a fill of a dark pink color. So what we want to do is get the rectangle to fly in from the left. So we go to Animations, and we go to, on the entrance animations, we find the fly in animation. It's just here. If we double click into the animations pane, if you can't see that, just open it up here. Double click on the animation here. And we want the direction to be from left. It's going to have no smooth start, but it's going to have a smooth end of 0.19 seconds. If we go to timing, it's going to be on click. This is the first one. And it's going to have a duration of 0.4 seconds. And we click OK. So that gets it to slide in. The next thing we need to do is to add another animation, and this time it's going to be an emphasis animation, and it's the grow and shrink. If we double click into the grow shrink, we'll look at the effects options for that. It's going to need a size of 5,000% so that it completely covers the screen. So we go into here, type in 5,000, press enter. And then it's going to have a smooth start of 0.4 and a smooth end of 0.22. The timing is going to be after previous, and it's going to have a duration of half a second. And click OK. So if we play that from the start here, you can see that the box flies in and then pops open. So we've got the first one done. What we need to do next is duplicate that. So select the shape, press Ctrl D to duplicate. We'll just move that down a little bit. We'll change the color to a lighter pink with no outline. It's copied over the animations from the first shape, so we need to just adjust some of those. So if we go into the rectangles for the fly-in effect, this time it's going to have a smooth end of 0.19. When we go into timing, it's going to have a delay of 0.2. We'll OK that. And then again for the grow shrink effect, we'll double click into there. We'll keep it as 5,000. It's going to have a smooth start of 0.4 seconds. Play around with these settings as well until you get something that you like. We'll do a smooth end of 0.22. We'll go into timings. It's going to be after previous, and it's going to still have a duration of 0.5 seconds, so we can OK that. So now, if we play from the top, that's what happens. So now what we need to do is take this pink box and just place it over the top of the first one. Select it, Ctrl D to duplicate, and we do exactly the same again. We go into the rectangle, we look at its settings, and then we just move that over the top. That's the first part done. So the next thing to do is to create the blue curtain effect and then the text effects. So let's jump into that. So using the same slide, insert the rectangle shape, and then drag it so it covers over half of the slide. So what we need it to do is to fly in from the top and fly into the scene. So we go to Animations, Fly In, and we're going to get it to fly in from the top. Go to the animation pane, we'll double click, and we want it to have a smooth start of 0.6 and a smooth end of 0.2. The timing is going to be with previous. We're going to give it a delay of 1 second and a duration of 0.8 seconds. So what we can do then is duplicate that shape, bring it to the bottom of the slide, and then just move the slide size down so you've still got some overlap in the middle. And then we need to change the animation on that. So instead of it coming from the top, we're going to get it to come from the bottom. And in the timing, we want it to be with previous, and we're going to give it a delay of 1 second. If we test that, so next we need to put in the text. So we're going to insert a text box. And we're going to change the font, something nice and fat and heavy. So I'm going to use Lato Black. I'm going to change the text color to white. We'll bring that down a little bit. So we've got, I'm going to show you. And what you want it to do is to fly in from the left and then give it a little bit of a shudder at the end. So we go to Animations, Fly in. The direction is going to be from the right. If we double click into it to the effects box here, we're going to give it a bounce of 0.52. That'll give it a little bit of a shudder at the end. And for the timings, it's going to be with previous, and it's going to have a delay of 1.8 seconds. The duration is going to be 0.8 seconds. Okay, that. So 0.52 bounce, and it gives you a nice little shake at the end. So what we can do now is we can take that text and we can duplicate it again with the Control D, bring it down. So it's probably about 89, 90. So now we've got it nicely aligned. Again, we need to go into the text timings for this. We're going to keep everything the same, but we're just going to adjust the delay and the timings to 2 seconds. So it's going to come in just after. So let's test that right from the beginning. So that's the first transition finished. So now we're going to create this bubble effect. Okay, so what we do is we're going to go to Insert, and we're going to insert the oval shape. We're going to change the color, change the shape outline to no outline, and we're going to change the shape color to a nice bright yellow. Now what we need it to do is to appear and then zoom and completely fill the screen. So what we do is you go to Animations, and first of all you put in a zoom effect. Just here. If we go into its settings, we need to change the timing to after previous. We have the duration as 0.5 seconds. We'll okay that. And then what we need is for it to burst and fill the screen. So we add an animation, and we're going to choose Grow Shrink. We'll double click into its settings. The size is going to be 1200%, which will fill the whole screen. It's going to have a smooth start of 0.6 seconds and a smooth end of 0.6 seconds. The timing is going to be with previous, and the duration is going to be 1.2 seconds. So okay, that's one. That's our first one done. And we can take that and we can Control D to duplicate. And what we'll do now is take the first one and we'll pop that up in the corner. I'm just going to spin it around a little bit like that. So the next one we'll put down into the bottom corner like this, and we're going to change some of its settings. So this time we're going to change the timings. It's going to start with previous. It's going to have a delay of 1.2 seconds, and it's going to have a duration again of 0.2 seconds. We'll okay that. We'll go into the grow settings. It'll have a size setting of 1000%, a smooth start of 0.5, a smooth end of 1.5. The timing is with previous, and the duration is 2 seconds. So okay that. Now you've got various speeds that the bubbles are going to grow. Okay, and this time we need to change the color. So we're going to go for a nice sort of green color. Go for something like this. A lovely light green. Let's have a look what that looks like. Okay, and then we're going to do one more. So we're going to duplicate the last one. We're going to pop it over in the corner. See what it looks like now. Just change the color to almost like a teal. that color. It's really nice. So now what we can do again is we're going to take the text and we're going to duplicate it. And then we're going to just move it out of the way a little bit and we're going to write our second sentence. So a little bit big, I think. Oh no, we're in line there. Let's select both of those. Take the first animation. So it's copied all of the animations over again. We're going to keep all of the same settings, but the timing is going to be a delay of 1 second. The timing is going to be 1.5. And then we're going to take both of those and we're going to bring it down into the middle over the top of the first set of text. So let's have a look at that now. So now we're on to our final section. So we go back to our slide, we insert a rounded rectangle, we give it a shape outline of nothing, and we change the shape fill to this sort of dark blue just here. Then we just rotate it a little bit and we bring it down to the center of the screen. Next, we give it an animation of a zoom. We'll go into its settings. After previous, we're going to give it a delay of 0.5 seconds, duration of 0.2 seconds. Okay, that. Then we're going to add a second animation to that, which is going to be grow shrink again. We'll edit the settings. We want it to be 3000%. We want a smooth start of 0.1 second and a smooth end of 0.5. The timing, the duration is going to be after previous and a duration of 0.5 seconds. It's okay that. So you can see that flicking into the screen there. So if we go back a few, so we can see that taking over. So now we need to create this text effect, which has an entrance animation and an exit. So we create a new slide and we're going to change the background of the slide. So if we go to design, format background, and we're going to choose a nice dark blue color. And it needs to match the same color as your rectangle at the end of the previous slide. Okay, so we're going to then insert a text box. Just trim the side in a little bit. There we go. Next, we're going to create the lines that appear around the outside of the text. So we're going to go to Insert, Shapes. We're going to choose the line. We're going to go from around halfway of the letter. Press Shift to keep it constrained. We're going to change the width of the line. So it's nice and big. We'll keep that nice kind of light blue color. Let's go a bit further with the depth. Just nudge that down a bit to there. Then we're going to duplicate that. Across here, not all the way, just towards the end of the letter, sort of here. We're going to just extend that out, press Shift. So we've got one shape and another, then we're going to create another shape. We're going to paste it again, copy, paste. We'll put that over here. We're going to take the end, just spin the end around and get them to join up. Then we're going to create our subtext. So we're going to go to Insert, Text Box. We're going to keep the same blue color as the line. So if we use the eyedropper tool, make sure we've got the same blue. And then we can create our subtitles. So again, we're going to go for Lato. And again, we're going to italicize it. Just going to make the text a little bit smaller to 16. And then we can move this into place. We're just going to trim the end and move this into place. Just there. So now we need to animate. So we need to animate the lines. And we need to animate the text coming out and the title. So we're going to start with the top line first. We're going to have an animation. It's going to be a wipe. And we're going to wipe from the right. The duration of that wipe is going to be 0.25. Then we go pick the down arrow. Again, we're going to have a wipe. It's going to be going down. So from the top, again, it's going to be 0.25. The timing is going to be after previous. And then we're going to choose the bottom line. Again, it's a wipe. This time it's from the left, a duration of 0.25, and the start time is after previous. Let's give that a check. So we can see that working quite nicely there. The next thing we need to do is to get the text here to appear from behind this line. So what we do is we create a rectangle, and we start from the end of the slide, and we make sure that it's big enough to cover the text. We line it up with the text here, and it goes to the end of where the line starts. We need to make sure that the rectangle is the same color as the background, so it's going to have no outline, and we're going to fill it with the same color as the background. Now it's covering up the line here, so we're going to take it and we're going to send it to the back. And then we're going to take the titles here and we're going to animate the titles. So we want the titles to come out from the left. So we go to animations, fly in, and we want it to fly in from the left. We're going to go into that box there. It's going to be, the timing is going to be after previous. The effect is going to be from the left, and we're going to have a smooth end of 0.5 seconds. And we want the duration to be 0.5 seconds here. We're going to give it a delay of 1 second. Brilliant. Now the issue we've got here is that this text still appears. So now we need to take that and we need to send it, right click and center back. So now it will be behind the blue box that we've created just here, and that'll hide it. So if we just play that from the beginning, and then the text appears. So all we need to do now is take this PowerPoint and bring it to, and get it to slide in. So it's going to fly in from the right. We'll change the settings here. From the right, it's going to have a smooth start of 0 and a smooth end of 0.5. The timing is going to be with previous, and it's going to have a delay of 1 second. We'll keep the duration as 0.5. And now what we need to do is create the effect of them leaving the scene. So we'll go to the subtitles first. So we're going to select the text, add animation, scroll down to the exit animations. We're going to fly out. Double click into there. We want it to fly out to the left. It's going to have a smooth start of 0.5 seconds, a smooth end of 0. It's going to start on click. It's going to have no delay, and it's going to have a 0.5 second duration. Okay, that. Then we need this line to exit. So we select the line, add animation, scroll down to exit effects, and we want it to wipe. It's going to wipe from the right. We'll double click into there. The timing is going to be after previous. It's going to have no delay, and it's going to have a duration of 0.5 seconds. So okay, that. Again, the same for this line. We're going to create add an animation to it. It's going to be a wipe. It's going to be from the bottom to the top. That works. The timing is going to be after previous, and the duration is going to be 0.5. And then lastly, we've got this line here. We're going to add an animation. It's going to be an exit effect of wipe. We'll double click into it. We want it to come from the left. Timing again, no delay during, but we need to make sure it happens after the previous. The last thing we need to do now is get the PowerPoint Word to then also exit the scene. So again, we select that. You can see what we're going to do here. We're going to add an animation. We're going to go down to the exit. So it wants to fly out. We double click it. It's going to fly out to the right. It's going to have a smooth start of 0.5 seconds. The timing is going to be after the previous, and we're going to keep it at 0.5 and okay that. So now we should be able to play all of the scenes from the start, and there we go. So we've got our titles and our transitions all done in PowerPoint. It's absolutely amazing. Now, if we wanted to turn this into a video, what we're going to do is we're going to record the slideshow. So we click the record slideshow here in the slideshow menu. And down here, we make sure we've got no microphone on and we've got no webcam. We click the record button. It gives us a countdown, and then we can work through the presentation. So when it changes the scene, we now need to click forward again. Then click again. And there we go. Stop. If we come out of there. And then what we need to do is we go to File, Export, create a video. We want it to be full HD. We want to use the recording and timers and narrations, and we're going to click create video. We'll name it. It'll take a minute to save. So we've got the video made now. You could have recorded your screen using something like Screencast-O-Matic, which I've got a video for, so check that video out. And with that, you could then add your narration. So here we go. We'll click play. I'm going to show you how to create animations and transitions like these and titles like these using only PowerPoint. Wow, you're still here over 20 minutes later. I really do hope you found the video useful. And if you did, then please do consider subscribing. And don't forget to check out Abhinav Rawal's channel, who's absolutely blowing up with PowerPoint tutorials. So until next time, take care, and I'll see you again for another Tuesday Tech Tip.